16 minutes on hold.
Electronic monitoring. This is Sherry. How can I help you?
Hi, Sherry. My name is Jeremy Johnson. My OID number is 02-008-17013.
Okay. How can I help you?
I wanted to call to ask a couple of questions about the nature of the movement that I just got approved. It looks like I asked for an hour and a half to travel back and forth to work because the train I take is constantly under construction and there are a lot of delays. So even though it should take me like 35 to 45 minutes to get to work, it takes longer because the train just stops. Um, and the hour and a half that I've been asked for has gotten cut down to an hour. And this happens a lot where I'll ask for an hour and a half and they'll cut it. I know one time Cook County called me and asked why I'm asking for an hour and a half when their Google said it only took 20 minutes for me to get back and forth to work. They were Googling it at 11:30 p.m. when there was no traffic and when the train was running normally, which does not account for delays and does not account for rush hour. So I don't know why they did it the worst way possible instead of just checking the time when I actually travel. So I was hoping I could talk to somebody about why my movement time keeps getting cut because it's making me tardy for work.
Okay. So for the for the days that you've been approved for, you would need an extra 30 minutes attached to that.
Yeah, potentially. And I asked for it in the original email. They cut it, and they've done that multiple times before. And like I said earlier, they called me and said I was lying about how much time I needed because they said on their computer it says it only takes 30 minutes, and that don't. I mean, it take 30 minutes to get back and forth to work at 11:30 p.m. when they Googled it, but like during rush hour, we know how traffic is and we know how the train is. Like we know it don't work like that, especially not in winter. Like I don't know why they investigated it like that, but that was probably the worst possible way for them to look up how much time it takes for me to get to work. I don't know why they did it like that. Like even if they track my movement data, it takes longer than that to get back and forth. So I don't even know why they're not doing it that way. Like I don't know why they've cut my movement and they've done it multiple times before. And like I'm not trying to travel home and then catch a violation because I didn't make it home in time because they cut my movement.
Okay. So you said they weren't accounting for the like traffic and
Yeah, they're not accounting for traffic and they're not accounting for train construction, which ain't gonna pop up on Google until the day it happens, in the middle of it happening. I just want the time I asked for. Like I'm not playing them. I go home straight from work and I go straight to work. I don't stop. I don't know why they made that a problem, but they've made it a problem multiple times.
okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and send a request for those extra 30 minutes, and then send them like a detailed explanation of why you need that. So hopefully this time they'll consider, the traffic and the train construction. And I did note also that you're saying that Google does not make like it doesn't account for train construction like when it's like happening right there in the middle. So
Yeah.
hopefully that'll help them to make a better decision. Hopefully, crossing my fingers for you. But I'll put in the request, and then you can give us a call back. I would say maybe later on today or tomorrow to check on your request. Okay.
Okay. I also wanted to ask, is there a particular reason that I keep getting called in the middle of my approved movement to work? I get called while I'm on the sales floor, usually while I'm talking to customers, and somebody always calls and asks, "Do you have permission to be away?" And for me, it does not make sense that Cook County calls me in the middle of my movement for work when they're the ones approving my schedule, meaning they know where I am.
And it'll be in the middle of approved work movement.
Yeah, they call me at work almost every single shift I work. Like my boss has made commentary on it because my boss is their point person for getting my schedule. Uh, I'll tell them, yo, I have movement, and then because they usually call my leg monitor, and right there on the leg monitor, they'll be like, oh yeah, we do see you have movement, and I just don't know why they're not looking before they call me. Like I can't work a sales job if my leg monitor goes off every day while I'm working, and it happens a lot. Like I don't know
Okay.
who isn't looking, but it happens frequently enough that like I'm starting to recognize the people's voices, which means it's the same people making the same fuck up every time I work.
Okay, I will make a note of that. Okay, I don't make those calls, so I really can't tell you what's going on there. But I will make a note and leave that for the sheriff so they can see what's going on with that.
All right, do you think they actually gonna do it? I've been complaining about this since August when I got this job, and it's December and it's still happening, and county ain't did nothing.
Yeah, well, as far as what actions the sheriffs will take, I mean, I can't speak for the sheriffs. We're just a third party. But as long as you're calling, you're doing your part, and we'll do our part by leaving a message and just letting them know. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I
Okay. Take
appreciate you.
care.
2 hours. I'm asking for an hour and a half because the Brown line has a lot of delays because it's been under construction lately. There was a shuttle bus situation where it was stopping for an inordinate amount of time and not moving until the shuttle buses showed up. And in order to account for that so that I can actually make it to work on time, I'm asking for an hour and a half just in case something goes wrong with public transportation because I depend on public transportation.
Hold on a minute. When it initially was put in, protocol put in for 2 hours. That's why I was.
Okay, no.
And it was put down to an hour.
Yeah, no, I asked for an hour.
Because, like, even if you're taking the Brown line, you did say it's been delayed. Even with the Brown line now, it only takes you 20 minutes.
Yeah, the Brown line takes 20 minutes to get to my station most days. Like when I get there, there's a 13 to 15 minute late wait. Then it sits for like 10 minutes and then it moves and then it's the actual 20-minute ride. So like standard, it's actually 46. Googling it don't account for the real time delays. Like if you Google it today and I go to work tomorrow, what's actually going to happen, the reality of my commute is not going to be reflected in what Google is saying. It almost never does. Like you got to actually get on the train and see what actually happens.
All right, I will give you the extra half an hour, and I'll make a note in here that you said that the Brown line. What's going? You say it's construction. Something going on with it?
Yeah,
Right
it's been under construction since like late September, early October, which I've been put in a couple of emails, which is why
so,
which is probably why protocol was asking for the two because they know about the delay. But I've only been asking for an hour and a half, so I never put in 2 hours.
okay.
Yeah, you can check the email that I've been putting in. I've never asked for 2 hours. It's always been an hour and a half. I don't know why protocol is doing that. That's something they're doing on their end, not me. I got receipts for that. Like it's in the email.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.